Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. All those that are invisible are filled by Brahman. All those that are visible are also filled and permeated fully by Brahman. The whole universe has come out of the whole Brahman. Brahman is still full, although the whole universe has come out of it. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are on the reading of the Shwetashwatara Upanishad, third chapter. We read the other day the verse number 11, 12, 13. 13 will start. That Paramatman, that Supreme Self, is Sarvanana Shiragriva. Is Sarvanana. All the faces are his faces. Shira, the heads. Griva, the necks. And he dwells Sarva Bhuta Guhasaya. But to find him, you need not have to go to Na hai mai mandir masjid mai. I'm not in the mandir or masjid. Na hai mai Kaaba. Hey, where did you go? So long?
Where?
We are searching for you.
Oh, no much. We just went to
Okay. Sarva Bhuta Guhasaya. He lives in the Guha, the heart, the core, heart of all beings. Sarva Vyapi is all pervaded. That is so Bhagavan. That Bhagavan is then Tasmat Sarvagata. It is all interpenetrated into everything. That is the Shiva, which is all benevolent Atman. So this is a very beautiful meditation. Sarvanana Sirogriva. You look at the world like this. Look at the eyes. It is his eyes. No? Meditation is with the eyes open. Sarvanana Sira. All the heads. That is that absolute, the name and form looks like this. Sarva Bhuta Guhasa. He lives everywhere. But his experience is felt more in the core of the heart. Sarva Vyapi permits everything. And then Bhagavan, it is Shiva. It's called Bhagavan. Why? Bhagavan is the divine Lord. When you are absolute, then this word does not come. Only creation comes, then we say Bhagavan and his creation, and then he lives in every portion, every being of the everywhere of the universe. So it is Bhagavan means not the absolute, absolute plus Maya. That's the Bhagavan. And Bhagavan creates everything. And we don't see the Bhagavan, but it's Bhagavan is everywhere, all pervaded, all knowing. And it is all, every head is his head, to every arm and a face and his neck. And then we read the 12th verse, Mahan Prabhurvai Purushaha. That Purushaha, that consciousness, not man. Purusha does not mean man also. Mahan Prabhurvai Purusha Sattasyaika Pravartaka. Satta means buddhi. He is the pravartaka, the guide behind buddhi. Because buddhi functions because of what? Because of the reflected consciousness, which is falls on the ego, and ego's reflection falls on buddhi. So buddhi becomes lighted. You know, nighttime you look at the dark. If you go in the dark and look at the trees and its leaves, it's all dark. It is no shining nature. But when the sun comes up and reflects on it, see, every leaf shines like anything. Did you watch that? So the shining nature is from the sun. So everything is that. This is the pravartaka, the buddhi, the reflected consciousness is actually guiding the mind and other senses. So that he is the pravartaka, though absolute Brahman cannot do anything. But that Bhagavan is the pravartaka, inspirer or guide of all Satta is Satta pravartaka, that Purusha, that is the consciousness. Mahan Prabhu, he is the Lord of the universe. Sunirmanam imam praptim, is the imam, this praptim attainment of this, securing this. Sunirmanam, extremely pure state of consciousness. He guides the intellect, all beings, so as to enable them to gain that extremely pure state. It is He guides. He is guiding all of us to reach that. It's Shiva, that's why he has mentioned the name Shiva. Shiva is all auspiciousness. What is auspiciousness? That auspiciousness which removes our darkness and ignorance. So, and he is the Jyoti Rabbaya, the light of light, Abbaya. Now, 13th verse, he says, Angushtamatra Purusho Antaratma, Angushtamatra Purusho Antaratma, Sada Jananam Hridaye Sannivishtaha, Sada Jananam Hridaye Sannivishtaha, Rida Manisha, Rida Manisha, Manashaviklipto, Manashaviklipto, Jaitad Viduhu, Jaitad Viduhu, Amritaste Bhavanti, Amritaste Bhavanti. So, Angushtamatra Purusha, that Purusha, we are talking about the consciousness, but that consciousness has become like thumb-like. How can it be infinite consciousness, thumb-like? No, he is everywhere. Uh, but he can be found more in the heart. That is the emphasis of that. Angushtamat, it is thumb-like. Thumb-like means the heart looks like thumb. That was the concept of that time. So, assuming the form of the size of a thumb, Angushtamatra, Purusha, Antaratma, he is the indweller. Sada Jananang, all the time, in the heart of all, Jananam Hridaye, in the heart, Sannivishta, is established. He has made his seat there. And Ramakrishna's example that the governor can stay anywhere in the state, but he lives in the governor house. Jamindar can live in any part of his territory, but he lives mostly his residence. So, what he does, Rida, Manasha, Rida, by that heart or feeling, Manisha, mani buddhi, our understanding, Manasha abhiklipto, Manasha, imagination, Manasha by mind, imagination, and will, abhiklipto. So, and he resides in the heart. When who understands this, Jaitat Viduhu, those who know this, or know means intellectual, not intellectual, but in spiritually or experientially, Te Amrita Bhavanti, they become immortal. So the running translation is like that, assuming a form of the size of a thumb. The question is the size of a thumb means denotes the size of the heart where the Atman is to be meditated upon. That means you want to search God. That's why the whole yoga philosophy, concentrate in your heart. That's why even meditation is there here and there people do, but scripture suggesting in the heart. Because heart is the feeling center. So you want to feel the presence of the divine is more sensitive area. Like that, as the example is given, The sun's light may fall on the drain water, or sun's light may fall on the glass and mirror. So as is the reflection will be much more. So heart is the place where it reflects more. So to catch God or to catch the divine is much easy to have it because there is a presence is more. Because all the experiences of happiness, misery, pleasure, pain, anxiety, worries, it starts there. People get panic attack, they say, no? So why it happens? The heart, no? Panic attack? Because there is a feeling center. No? Anxiety is just so much, it cannot handle it, so it pumps so much. So people run to the hospital then. So here, Atman, we meditated upon in the heart. The Atman is not really reduced to a limited size by the appearance. It's telling that in the heart means don't think the whole Atman, the Brahman is coinciding with the thumb like thing. No, that is not the point. The point is that it is not reduced size, but only it appears to be so, and you can focus it there. Concentration can be brought into oneness. And it says that assuming the form of a size of a thumb, by virtue of intellect, emotion, imagination, and will, by the characteristic of understanding, by the characteristic of feeling, imagination, and willpower, the infinite being dwells in the heart. How infinite being dwells in the heart? In the form by virtue of his understanding, emotions, imagination, and will. In these hearts, creatures as their inner self. Those who realize this becomes immortal. Let me see what others talk about this verse. Swami Lokeshwarananda Swami speaks that his translation, he is as small as a thumb, yet he fills the universe. He is in the hearts of all, as their inmost being. He is the source of knowledge, and he expresses himself as the various fluctuations of the mind, including the right decisions the mind makes when it is pure. Those who know this becomes immortal. So he's saying that it is he that reality, as if it is like a thumb-like, yet being thumb-like, he fills the whole universe. And he is in the heart of all as their inmost being. And he is the source of knowledge, and he expresses himself to the fluctuations of mind. All our mental expressions, emotions, it is he is trying to manifest. And that manifestation, when it becomes very pure, then pure decisions, people can make pure decisions and move in the path of spirituality by. So in many places we find the self described as Angushtamatra, the size of a thumb. In the different Upanishads we find the reference. Katha Upanishad, it represents second chapter, and in verse number 2.1.12, 13, 17, all these different places, Angushtamatra has been referred. So, in many places of the Upanishads, we find the capital self is described as Angushtamatra, meaning the size of a thumb. We should not take the term too literally. The self is not a physical entity that we can describe as small or as big, no? If it is Atman, the reality is really a tangible object, then you can describe it. Is how long, how short, what is the height, what is the breadth. But you cannot describe Atman like that. When we meditate, however, we can think of this self capital as residing within our heart. That's why we concretize that understanding as our Ishta Devata. And we see, that's why it is said, don't think Ishto Devata is like a picture, or you think that is a condensed consciousness. Consciousness condensed, palpably to be felt. That's why when we meditate, we can think of this self capital as residing within our heart. It is there that he manifests the most, as if the mind is within the heart. You focus your whole mind in that area and feel that effulgent light of the consciousness, or your Ishtadevata as radiant. It is said, think as a living personality. And furthermore, then you can think it is a effulgent self. It is a light effulgence, condensed as it were. In Ramakrishna's experience of Mahakali also represents that. What describes, it has not happened in the outside, it has happened in the mind. Ramakrishna's inner experience happened that as if the physical Mother Kali is become lively and then radiant and then emitting light everywhere. So similarly, it is the expression, but actually it is happening in his mind. Because there are other pundits, other pujaris were standing maybe behind Ramakrishna also at the same time when Ramakrishna had this experience, no? So what is happening? Happening in the mind. Though physically it started there, and then and that light. So it is the manifest as the most in the heart. So this experience comes in the heart. Manasha means he manifests himself through the mind, by mind. Manasa means high, thinking of again and again by the mind, with the help of mind, concentrating on that reality, feeling that presence, imagining that experience, and going on and on and on. Today's imagination becomes tomorrow's realization. And imagination is imagination for us. That's why you are using the term. But those who have the experience, there is no imagination, it is more than anything real. More real than this, Ramakrishna said. I see God more real than that as I see you. Suppose you have a light burning in your room. If I am standing outside, how do I know there is a light burning within? If a window is open or if there are slits in the shutters, I can then see the light. That's the point. If the room, inside the room, there is a lamp light, or better example in old days, this what is called stones and pearls are there. It's gemmed. And people say that in that room there is a gem. So you can think that way and come. And as you come and enter into the room, then you see the gem. But even if you do not aim, it's a heart. Why? It's like a slit through which a beam of light, inner light comes out. So that is the way saying that I am standing outside. How do I know there is a light burning within? If a window is open, to that window you can see. And that's the window of the heart. To that window you can peep in. Or if there is a slit in the shutters, I can then see the light. Similarly, Brahman is within us. And the mind is like a window, an opening. Our sense organs also are openings through which Brahman reveals himself, but he manifests himself especially through the mind. Ah, it may be felt all over the body, but main experience comes in the heart. Sannivesha means that is sammak nivesha. Sammak means very well, and nivesha means seated. He is very well seated there. His ground is seat is very firm. And he is very well seated within us in the heart. That is to say, he is inherent with us, sada, all the time. He is all the time is there, inherent. That means you cannot live for a moment. Kahiye vannat, kahiye pramnat, যদি এসো আকাশ ও আনন্দ নাশ্চাৎ. as he, as Satchidananda, here emphasis on Ananda, the bliss. Uh, if that Ananda or bliss of Satchidananda is not there, Kahe Anna, who would have some food, who could have breathing, no? That means there cannot be any prana, expression of prana, sada, but he is there all the time. So it is not that he is within us only for a while. It happens, no. The Babu comes and sits here for office. You go to the office and he is available from 10 to 2. Huh? So it is not like that. God is here for a certain period of time and another time he goes away, somewhere being tired to go for a walk. It does not happen like that. And there is no space to where to go. There is God, here is God, here is God. So whenever, if you have good Wi-Fi connection, so you go wherever you sit, you get the connection. So God is having presence that everywhere, but you can feel it more palpably here. He's always within us. There is not a single moment when He is not with us. We are not conscious of it, however, and that is our misfortune. So that is the point. So Sadajananam, it's explaining why all the time. Jananam Hridaye Sannivishta. Sammak means very well established, very well seated. He is on ground. So to search God, that's why go to heart. You see the significance here. Many people during meditation they say, I find joy meditating here, I find light. That is not good. Beginnings should be started in the heart. All saints and sages say the same thing. Spiritual realization is experienced within the heart. It is not an objective experience, something that I see outside of myself. Yet, at the same time, it is as real as if I am looking at something outside. When the see experience, visions are duality, no? When you get to absorption in nirvikalpa, there is no one to see, no one to feel, there is no heart, there is no non-heart. There is not outside, there is no inside. But as long you are talking about the experience, there is duality. And that is experience in your pure heart. That is why they use the term hasta malaka, but it's like holding a fruit in your palm. You hold it, you see that it is there. So Brahman or Atman can be experienced in the heart as if holding it. If I am holding a fruit in the palm of my hand, I know I have it in my hand. I feel it. I don't have to have any other proof of it. No one can say, oh, you are just imagining. Similarly, although spiritual realization is experienced within the heart, you cannot dismiss it as imagination. That is the difference between hallucination and experience. Experience means, Swami Vivekananda said, that if the whole world comes with a sword in hand to kill you, then also you will say, no, I have experienced. That experience is so profound. So you know it is real. How do others know it as is real? When an individual has this kind of experience, his atoms transform. His personality changes. That's why Swamiji always says, religion is realization. It is a transformation. It is the same old person transforms into a divine personality. So it is not like you only can experience and no expression of that. Expression is this. There it goes the normal example, say King Alexander went to see the sadhu. And in a hot, with the sun, he was sunbathing, a naked fakir sunbathing. He does not care for anything. And when he is saying that I'll chop your head out, then what's it? He laughed because he He's not afraid because he feels that presence. I am no birth, I am no death, no? Fire cannot burn and air cannot dry, etc., etc. That is so convincing that the point of head being chopped out, he's smiling at that. Uh, so that a conviction is so deep. The Mahapurush Maharaj whole night is perspiring or is breathing in the asthmatic trouble and could not sleep whole night restlessly. In the morning he says, "How are you?" "I'm okay." Uh, and then this attendant says that, "No, you are not okay. The whole night you were so much trouble you are feeling about your pain and oh, you are talking of the body. See, but that experience is so strong that to be reminded that your body underwent so much trouble, but he does not care for that. So, how do others know it is real? When an individual has this kind of experience, he is at once transformed. His whole personality, his character, that changes. The experience is revealed through his movements, the way he speaks, his actions, just as a light burning inside a room shines through the window or through its opening in the shutters. And this body, it manifests through this body. Their face becomes beaming with joy. Uh, their body becomes full of horripilation and experience. So that they are transformed personality. And no doubt there is no doubt. It is a total transformation. That's why the whole second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, when Sthita Prabhu Lakshmana, what are the signs of a man of wisdom? That will manifest in your life. It is not a theoretical talk. And if those symptoms come in the body, then you know that you have had that this person has experience. That's why in the Christian world, the saint will have to face so severe tests, no? And they don't give it when they're alive. You die, then you will get. That means there is your detachment. Your saintliness. What is the use of that saintliness? You don't get the praise for that during your lifetime. You die, then you'll be okay. He's a saint. And if he has done some miraculous action, no? That means the question is that, but Vedanta says no. In the life itself, you understand he's a realized soul. How he walks, how he behaves, how he talks. Sthita pragyasya ka vasa. Samadhisthasya keshav. Sthita dhi king prabhasetu. Kim asitu. Brajetu kim. How he moves, how he talks. Huh? The Brahmogani. How his life is so different than others. No? So it is the transformation of character. It is said, looks the same. There is an example, the philosopher's stone, if you touch it, then it will all become gold. No? So suppose you take a bar size of iron and you touch that. Transformation has happened. But outwardly it will look the same. His human personality will appear like that. He also eats, he also walks, he also moves and talks. But they're totally different. It is a dynamo of spirituality. It has gained so much potential. That transformation has, but here is the point. Transformation does not mean a blind person will be having eyes. That Jesus did that for some purpose. But that is not the sign. Many yogis can do that. In yoga philosophy, the yogis are they are capable, they can transform people like that physically. But that is not spirituality. Spirituality is the transformation of the heart and the feeling, that experience all through, and so convincing. There's uh, no doubt, no confusion. Even when Sri Ramakrishna was dying of throat cancer, his face glowed with joy and peace. And some people who come to see him began to think that he was not really suffering at all. They thought he was only pretending to be ill for some reason or other. So, actually, if a person has such crucial or very serious disease which bears so much pain, and then we understand, yes, he's suffering from pain. But the pain, he's not no a feeling of pain, suffering, the disease is there. So it is on the body it is happening. If he was in pain, his face should certainly have shown it, they thought. But he was always joyful. His joy was so deep that pain in his body was insignificant. The self capital makes its presence felt by the workings of the mind. Eh? His mind will be saturated in God consciousness. The self, if it is there with us also. It is also guiding us and working through my mind to the brain, to the nervous system, to the talkative all organs. No? It is still now functioning, but it is functioning in a way working in the lower plane. The same mind, when purified mind, when you will speak of God. Say Gospel of Ramakrishna, look at that. Ramakrishna also talked whole day. And what he talked. Master Masai only was present for some small period of time. He has noted down those things. If whole day he was recorded, what would have happened? Swami Vivekananda, walking in the street, is a person who is saturated in God consciousness. See, others are getting transformed. And what a wisdom this is. Being with him in tea party, in tea table, and having a cup of tea or some snacks, or walking in the street, that itself illuminating. You can see this Swami Shishya Sangvad, the conversation between the disciple and Vivekananda. Many times he is chit-chatting, many times he is walking, just walking to the Belur Math, to the nearby marketplace, and on the way going on, coming back. It's a high tone. They talk about highest spirituality. So see, that self, that self, big self in us, it is the self makes its presence. If you look someone like that, you can see that there is the special manifestation of the self and working through the mind. Sometimes the mind has bad thoughts, but when the mind is pure, it has good thoughts. But both kinds of thoughts have their source in the self. It is the self capital that makes the mind work. It is the guiding force, no? It is the energy behind the physical. So mind is jara. Mind has no independent existence without consciousness. So mind is jara, but mind becomes shining with the reflection of this consciousness. When you know that self dwelling within the heart, that you know that self is dwelling in the heart, you become immortal. That is the time one can be immortal. You go beyond life and death because you think you are the body, you become attached to the body and you are born again and again. But when you know who you are, when you know you are the pure self, when you have that transcendental experience, then you are free. It is like a kite that has cut its loose, that has cut itself loose. We see a child flying a kite. The kite seems to be soaring very freely in the air, but each movement is controlled by the child below who is holding the string. But once in a while, a kite breaks free. That's why Ramakrishna used to sing this song. There are millions of kites in the sky. Huh? Suddenly, one or two gets free. Then no one can pull that kite. It flows in its own majesty, in its own freedom. So this soul who is tied with the in the hand of other, our life is all controlled by others, isn't it? Someone say one word, I'll be affected. Someone will make a comment and I'll be disturbed. So we are a puppet in the hand of others. Our mind is controlled. We have no freedom. But by spiritual practice, when it becomes pure mind, that cut it. Then you become free. You are not controlled by anyone. No one can control you. You like to be controlled, that's okay. That's your choice. But for a man of experience, he's totally free from all this. He doesn't sukha dukkha saman holo, ananda sagore bhase. Sukha, happiness, dukkha, suffering. They become all equal. Sukha dukkha saman holo. Ananda sagore bhase. He swims in the ocean of joy and bliss. That is the experience here. So if there is a little, uh, 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 once in a while a kite breaks free, then it can go wherever it wants. In the same way, this body controls our experiences. If there is a little pain in the body, we get very upset. Or if we get some good food, we become very happy. But we can go beyond this body consciousness. We can break free. It is not that we are not free right now. We are always free. Only we are not aware of it. That's the question. Are you not free now? Yes, now you are free. But do you feel that? No. That's why you are bound. How to feel that I am free? Make the mind pure by the consciousness, thinking of the consciousness in your heart, who is thinking this way, or that is break free. It is not that we are not free right now. We are always free, only we are not aware of it. Realization is a matter of change in consciousness. Very important. Realization is a change in our awareness. I'm aware that body is true. I'll be aware my Atman is true. Not this. So the spirituality is like a little click. Worldliness and spirituality, not much difference, only the attitude. As a as we are karma yoga time we talk about, no? Both are karma. One is karma yoga, another is karma bhoga. One becomes the cause of all suffering, another karma can be of all releasing. So what does it make a difference? Attitude only. How you are working and what attitude you are carrying in your mind. How you are meditating even. You are meditating. That also. What is your attitude? Meditation, I will be a yogi. Okay, that's you can be a yogi. But meditating, knowing my real self. Attitude. Uh, one place I was reading, even to pray to God for giving vision and experience is also lower thing. Why will you ask? It will happen and you will be what it will. Focus on your practice. So this is the point, that no expectation and only focusing on the goal of life. So realization is a matter of change of consciousness. Very important, simple word, but if we take it seriously, it is what is the difference between an ignorant and a man of wisdom? The attitude change. We see everyone is good and bad, and they see is all Satchidananda. Different expressions of Satchidananda. But their focus is Satchidananda, our focus is in the mind and body level. So mind is bad, mind is good. Mind reacts with mind, body reacts with body. So this is the verse number 13. Now 14 verse. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sraksha Sahasrapat Sabhuming Sabhuming Vishyato Bhutva Vishwatu Vritva Attatishtat Attatishtat Dashangulam Dashangulam Sahasra Sirshaha Sirsha Purushaha Sahasrakshaha Sahasrapat Sabhuming Vishwatu Vritva Attatishtat Attatishtat Dashangulam. Now, Sahasra Sirsha Purusha. This Purusha we are talking about, it is like this much in the heart, like a thumb. No, that same reality, that being Sahasra Sirsha, thousands of heads, it is his head. Thousands Purusha, that Purusha being Sahasra Sira, has thousands of countless, thousand mean not thousands, does not mean thousands, but it's countless, endless in the creation. Here the Sirsha means the head. Sahasra Aksha, and his all the eyes, it is his eyes, millions of eyes. Sahasrapat is his feet, millions of feet. And Sabhumim, at the same time, all the legs are his legs, all the eyes are his. huh? And even then, Bhumim, it permeates everything. This earth, this universe, permeating everywhere, Vishwataha, everywhere, both inside and outside, and feels in. And Vishwata Britva. Britva means covering, feeling, absorbing. What is that? Oti Tishtati Dasangulam. Oti means it's transcending the universe. Dasangulam means 10 fingers like that. 4 for 8 for 10. That means it transcends the duality. 10 fingers above the navel in the heart, Atistat, stays. So that means this being, what is in your heart you are meditating, has 1,000 heads, means thousands of heads, innumerable, thousands of eyes and thousands of feet. And that Purusha, he fills the universe both inside and outside. There is nothing but that reality, so that truth is inside and outside. And he also transcends that, beyond, inside, outside, and beyond. He is in the heart, 10 fingers above the navel. Dasangulam, 10 fingers. Shankaracharya interprets what is that Dasangulam? Is Anantam Aparam, infinite. Yeah? Shankara Dasangulam means 10 angula. What is angula? This is angula. So 10 anguli is this little above, this much. But here Sanskrit meaning that you 10, but it really means it is the 10 fingers, but it really means Shankara says Anantam Aparam. Anantam means limitless. Aparam means there is a part, there is no end. Limitless and endless. So what does it mean? That explanation says, actually what the Swami, this book says, it is Swami Tagishanananda. He says that Sahasra Sirsha Purusha, the infinite being has 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes, and 1,000 feet, enveloping the whole universe in all sides. He exists beyond the 10 fingers. So 1,000 of heads means the reference to the 1,000 heads, eyes, feet indicate that he is the real thinker, witness, and worker behind individual brains, eyes, and organs of action. Here, 1,000 head means head controls the whole system. No? But what is the indication of thousands of heads? That it is thousands of eyes, ears, means it is the real thinker, brain thinks, no? That's a thinker. His eyes witness, see. So he's the real witness. And uh, and who worker behind individual brains. Sahasrapat. Eyes and organs of action, respectively. Now, 10 fingers, the expression has several interpretations. We give here two of them which seem best. One, he exists in the heart, which is 10 fingers beyond, above the navel. That means you can feel him in your heart, which 10 fingers up above the navel region. The idea is that though he, the manifester of the cosmos, is so great, yet he is immanent in all and resides in the heart, the self of man. So that may be one explanation. 10 fingers means four height, 4 finger height, another four and two. So never to heart. That may be the distance. This distance is 10 fingers. And another meaning will be though he is manifested himself as the cosmos, he exists beyond it by 10 fingers. That means he transcends it. That means though that reality manifested himself as the cosmos, we cannot finish with the cosmos. Cosmos is a physical entity. It is beyond that. Oje, a, u, ma, and dot. Dot is beyond. Om, Jagrat, Sapna, Susupti. These are the three. Turiya, beyond. So that means beyond all gross, subtle, or causal universe you conceive about. More than that. He transcends. Thus, in the first part of the mantra, divine immanence is emphasized, and in the second, divine transcendence. That means the same verse is talking about divine immanence, all through the eyes, head, and mind. It is all he shining, and no, don't limit it. It is beyond. So transcendental and immanent, both aspects has been expressed in this verse number 14. And this Swami Lokesharananda says, he feels the entire universe. All heads are his heads, all eyes are his eyes. The one has become many. There is but one entity that appears with different heads, different eyes, different feet. He appears as many, but essentially he is one. Vishwataha means in all ways, in all respects. He is inside as well as outside. He is immanent as well as transcendent. He interprets even being. He interpenetrates even every being, but is outside them also. That means that transcendent, meaning he permeates everything and beyond. A common example given by Vedanta is a pitcher. If you take a pitcher and put it into the water, what happens? The pitcher at once fills up with water. But there is water outside as well as outside and inside. There is water outside as well. So inside is water. You take a pitcher, put into the water, say ocean. You say inside is already pitcher is full with water. And what is outside? Outside is also pitcher. So inside is how little, outside is how big. So in and out, it is everywhere. A common example given in the Vedanta is the pitcher. If you take a pitcher and put it in water, what happens? The pitcher at once fills up with water, but there is water outside as well. Brahman is like that, within and without. In the previous verse, it was emphasized that it is within us, in our heart. Hridaye Sannivishta is established in my heart. But in this verse, his transcendence is also brought out. The Sangbulam means 10 fingers. As I said, Shankara interprets Anantam Aparam infinite and limitless. Brahman was earlier described as being of the size of a thumb, that is small and subtle. But he is also vast, gross, and all embracing. Dasangulam means, it can also mean that is 10 fingers above the navel, that is the heart. Okay? Any question? So, shall we read another or what? Or any question? Okay, so let us read another verse. 15. Purusha evedagum sarvam. Purusha evedagum sarvam. Yad bhutam. Yad bhutam. Yacha bhavyam. Yacha bhavyam. Utamritatta. Utamritatta. Sheshano. Jadannena. Jadannena. Tirohati. Tirohati. Purusha evedagum sarvam. Purusha evedagum sarvam. Yad bhutam. Yad bhutam. Yacha bhavyam. Yacha bhavyam. Utamritatta. Utamritatta. Sheshano. Jadannena. Jadannena. Tirohati. What does it mean? Purusha eva idagam. Idagam sarvam, what you see as this. And this is all Purusha, it is all consciousness. You see whatever you see, but it is nothing but consciousness. Idam sarvam, that bhutam, that was before, that bhavyam, which is will come again in the future. There is no house will come. There a palace will be built. A road is not there, road will be there. Whatever in future will come, whatever was before, Jad Bhutam already hai, Jad Bhavyam, which will be in the future, Cha Purusha Evedagam. These are all nothing but that Purusha, that consciousness. Purusha Evedagam Sarvam Jad Bhutam Jad Cha Bhavyam. That is, say, that which is and that which was and that which is yet to be, all this is nothing but this infinite Brahman. Though he grows beyond his own nature into form of the objective universe, he still remains the Lord of the immortality. Utamritatta sheshano jad annena tirohati. Annena in the form of objective universe, annena, or tirohati, it grows beyond his nature. So Amritattam means immortality, is the Lord of the universe. So though he grows beyond his known nature into the form of the objective world, how can he grow? He cannot grow. He is already there. So this explanation is here. Grows means appears to have form and qualities which are opposed to his real nature as infinite existence, knowledge and bliss. So that which is, that which was, and that which is yet to be, all this is nothing but this infinite being. Though he grows means appears to have form and qualities. Grows means if you look at the ocean, all the waves and ripples are coming more and more as if growing. That is the sense of growing. That means which are opposed to his real nature of infinite existence and being. That means when creation comes, that is, if you can say it is growth. Growth, ocean, calm ocean is Brahman. With ripples and waves and foams, all this infinite, limitless number of it is coming. So that is the growth. That means that grows. Objective universe, the word Anna literally means food. In the technical language of the Vedas, it stands for the universe, which is the object of enjoyment for the eternal subject. Eternal E boro, the subject is big, capital. Though he grows beyond his own nature into the form of objective universe, it is very understandable. Satchidananda calm, when it grows, and how much creation, how many galaxies, how many billions of stars, who will count for that? It is growing as it were, growing universe. But it is that which is growing, that is appears to be growing. There is no such growth. It is absolute. Infinity is all the time there. There is no question of any growth. But it appears to us like the space. It does not grow. Space remaining space. But in the space, everything can come out. So infinity are not any supreme. The idea is that though the supreme being manifests himself as the universe, yet his perfection and infinity are not in any way affected by it. It is for giving a logical interpretation of this mystic truth that theories like Shankara's doctrine of apparent transformation, Ramanuja's doctrine drawing a distinction between the body and God, body of God and his self, and limited changes to the body alone have been formulated. Oh, for the giving of the logical interpretation of this mystic truth that the absolute is manifesting, growing. Growing does not mean anything new. Shankara's doctrine is a vivartavada, nothing has grown, it appears like that. Snake is never there, all the time rope. When you are seeing snake, that is also rope, nothing more than that. So it is unchanged, remaining unchanged, though creation comes. And Ramanuja's doctrine, drawing a distinction between the body of God and his self, and limited changes to the body alone have been formulated. So, this is the explanation by, you can keep it here. Thank you, Shanti. You can end here. We can again read this verse from Swami Lokeswarananda next time. Or you can finish it, it's very small. The past, the future, and the present, all these are in the Purusha. He also gives immortality. No, no, no. This is the Purusha Vedagam 15. It says, the past, the future, and the present, all these are Purusha. He also is immortal. He is the Lord of the past, yet Bhutam, that which was. He is also the Lord of the future, Jat Bhavyam, that which will be. Again, he is the Lord of the present, Jat Annena Atirohito, that which is still growing, still supporting itself by food. If you are alive, you need food. You exist by food. So he is the Lord of all time, the past, present, and future. He is the Lord of immortality, Amritatasva, and he is also the sole bestower of immortality. We are all haunted by a sense of time, but this sense of time is a kind of limitation. I was born on such and such day. I look at my watch and say, it is getting late, just may hurry up. Nowadays, scientists are beginning to say that our concept of time is relative. Your sense of time and my sense of time are not the same. There is no such thing as absolute time. But long ago, the sages said the same thing, that the reality Brahman is beyond time. He is timeless, immortal. So everything is a good idea. The concept of time is relative. No? Concept of time is relative because you see, when Someone is sick, and in pain. We go through pain. That time it seems as if the night is not ending. The pain is when the pain will go away. But when the happiness, you are happy, 1 hour goes in it appears 2 minutes. Okay. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Pranamastu. Tomorrow is our gospel class. Medhanand Sarin. Tomorrow, why?
Because the board meeting, emergency board meeting is there.
Thanksgiving
No.
is
No,
coming.
there is. There will be
Thanksgiving
that.
is coming, so they're not having the board meeting then. They're
Yeah.
having it tomorrow.
There is no, but his name is announced.
Yeah.
Okay, then you will give. So Medhananda Swami will give the gospel class tomorrow. Now one question, why there is so much hype about Maha Kumbh? What is the importance of visiting Maha Kumbh? Did Sri Ramakrishna visit? No, Ramakrishna didn't go. What is my spiritual loss if I don't visit Maha Kumbh? There is nothing's loss. If you go, then you can enjoy and see the holy people, thousands and thousands and thousands of people are coming there.
Is that the Kumbh
Me,
Mela? Kumbh Mela?
at least here,
Oh.
at least how many million? They say 1 million people they assemble there. So if 1 million people come in the name of God, that itself is the Maha Punna. What else? Their whole heart and soul is to purify themselves. They will take a bath in the Ganga in the cold season, and then they will be free from sin. So could you believe in the heavy cold on the bank of the rivers, three rivers joined to a Triveni, and there
400 million.
eh,
400 million.
400 million. Baba.
Oh,
And entire, really, you can see how many varieties of monks are coming, different traditions, how India is mad for God. It will be peculiar just to take a picture of all these varieties of uh, sadhus assembling. They are, some may be deep meditative sadhus, some may be Nangta Baba, the naked fakir, naked sadhus. There may be so many Vaishnava sadhus. All types of sadhus will be assembling there. It's worth seeing. And that itself, I think, is the punnam. And if you think in your home, that will also bring you punnam. No need to go there. You do no deep meditation, maybe you get the same benefit. But if you go there probably, you will have to feel the crowd. Be careful. You will not have good accommodation to stay. No drinking water very well. Because it is temporary makeshift arrangement. People are coming and taking deep and going away. It's very difficult. In the cold and ice cold water, you just dip and come out with bare bodied and then, ooh, no heater, no cooler. So, yes, it is your mind, but you can do Mahakumbha in your heart, as you talked about. This Upanishad says. You can take a dip in the Mahakumbha in your heart, then the outside Kumbha is nothing. But we cannot give a deep dive into our heart. That's why we go there to get inspiration. But I never went there, don't worry. And many had not the chance to go. And another, can meditating on the inevitable death of body and mind help in removing attachment from smaller individual self? Of course, of course. If I think every day that I can die, this moment, so say this night is my last night, then you think about seriously, then what attachment will be there? Your mind will be then thinking, what am I to do? What am I to give away? Huh? If you have money, then you're saying, how to distribute the money, this, that. That's why nowadays people say, make your will much before. How your body will be cremated, or how people will uh, what loan you have, what all this job, and then but you feel, oh, I have to go. What can I do? Detach. Detachment, forcefully detached. If I don't want to go, Jom or date will come, hey, come. Or wait, I'll have to calculate something. No, no time. You have done enough. You have been given enough opportunity. So get out. Eviction notice with police force. Get out. So what attachment I can keep? Suppose even if I have some accumulated thing, you have to give away. Yes, but if we think really every day, that is a temporary abode in which you are, we'll have to give up this room. It's a dharmasala, dharamsala. Deho dharamsala karo. Dharamsala means side, in, on the roadside. So this is an inn. Inn, for a one night stay, 2 night stay, you stay there. And then you move on. So this deho, think this is a temporary dharamsala. And then you have to out, you have to get out. God gives us notice, eviction notice. Long time he starts giving. Hey, you are falling down. Hey, notice. Hey, you are breaking your teeth. Hey, notice. You are hearing less. This is so one after another notice is given. We cannot blame God. Say, hey, why are you doing suddenly? Well, I have given you several notice. Yes. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ram Krishna Panamastu.